Arsenal versus Manchester United on Premier League week number 14. And of course, this is the match preview of this beautiful game of football. And on this video, I'm here to give you the predicted lineup that Mikel Arteta should choose to be able to face Manchester United. Equally, I'm going to be giving you the predicted score of this beautiful game of football. I'll also talk about the injury status of Arsenal players, and equally, I'll talk about the expectations of Arsenal fans and supporters worldwide. Now, as Arsenal fans and Arsenal supporters worldwide, we are asking ourselves a very tough question, even as we are going to face this, one of the toughest opponents that we face year in, year out. Are we going to beat Manchester United? Is Manchester United going to beat us as Arsenal? Is this game going to end as a draw? And there then, how many goals are Arsenal going to score? And the last question, is this game one of the games that is going to define the way we are going to be performing throughout this season? Are we going to take the EPL this season? These are some of the questions that, of course, we are asking ourselves as Arsenal fans. And I just want to tackle a few questions here and there. Now, we are facing Manchester United, a very tough opponent, by the way. And when I'm talking about tough, it is not just on the word tough on its own. Look, we have played with Manchester United for so long. And this has been a very hyped, very hyped fixture, because of the fact that you can easily say that Arsenal and Man United command a very huge following worldwide, maybe even more than any other team. And that is the reason as to why it is so hyped. It's a match that everybody is looking for. Everybody has anticipations. And I think the whole world is ready to watch this game and what is going to be the outcome of this game. But now, as you are facing this Manchester United, like I've told you before, Manchester United has disappointed us as Arsenal a couple of times. Look, even when Manchester United has looked like they are not good or well off, or they are not on form, they've always come in and brought in that competition. For instance, when we played with Man United last season, the last game that we played with them, where we beat them 1-0, as much as we had lots and lots of form as Arsenal, remember we went and played with them at Old Trafford, and we were only able to score 1 goal. And they really pressed us on that game. We did not even expect them to play like that. And that's why I'm telling you, we ought to be very careful how we are going to play this game. Arteta ought to be very tactful. He needs to know who to play. He needs to know how to play. He needs to play a very tactful game, because you know what? This game comes out with bragging rights. Whoever that wins the game carries the bragging rights, because of the fact that how these two teams are supported worldwide. Now, we are playing with Manchester United, who are currently at position number 9 on the table with 19 points, having have played 13 games. And us as Arsenal, we are sitting at number 2 with 25 points, having have played 13 games. But it is not the usual Erik ten Hag Manchester United. It is a new Man United who are looking like they have direction, because they brought in a new coach in Ruben Amorim, who is basically a very good coach. And I've always said that that is one of the best coaches that Manchester United has gotten. And as we are going to face them then, the new style that they're playing with, I don't know how we are going to break it down, but I feel like we can easily break it down should we work on destroying their mid and making sure that we are controlling the game throughout the entire time we are playing with them. Now, I want to check a number of times that we have played with Manchester United and see how we have performed. Since 2010, we have played with Manchester United basically a couple of times, and out of the number of times we played with them, Arsenal has won 12 times, Manchester United has won 14 times, and we've gotten 7 draws out of this. Now, the last few matches that we've played with Manchester United, this is, I'll not put the friendlies there. I'm just going to check last season how we performed against Manchester United and the previous season. Now, on last season on its own, we look like the big brothers on this game, because we beat Manchester United at the Old Trafford 1-0. That was one of the few last games that we played last season. And at the Emirates Stadium, we beat them 3-1. Now, on the previous season, that is season 2022-2023, we played with Manchester United, and of course, we beat Manchester United 3-2 at the Emirates Stadium, while they beat us 3-1 at the Old Trafford. That was 2 seasons ago. So if you check on these 2 seasons that we've played, basically Arsenal has looked like we have been controlling the fixture. But don't be cheated. This is a very tough opponent. This opponent has humiliated us in the past before. I remember, and I've not forgotten, when Manchester United beat us 8-2. A total humiliation. I don't think we've ever been beaten like that. So these are opponents that are worthy opponents that we need to be scared of and need to be very tactful. So if I was Arteta, as I'm preparing to go and play with Manchester United, as much as we are supposed to go in guns blazing and make sure that we are winning the game, we are also supposed to be very cautious on how we are playing. We need to be very good defensive-wise, very good on the midfield, and very good on the attack. But out of these 3, we need to control the mid, because should we control the mid, then that game, that style of Manchester United, the way they are playing by stuffing in the midfield, then we are completely going to work on them. Now, having I've said so, then I just want to take a look at the injury status of Arsenal players right now. And as it is, we have more additions on the injury list. Remember, Ben White is not playing, and a couple of matches is not going to be playing. But recently, I think as of yesterday, Gabriel Magalhaes, our penalty boy, best in the world in scoring corners, header boy, Gabriel Magalhaes, has got a physical discomfort. You remember he got a head knock by Fabianski on that game against West Ham. So we don't know. It's doubtful whether he's going to be playing. And if he's not playing, then this is going to be a very big blow to us as Arsenal, because we need him to be able to bring in that good defensive performance, and especially when we are put together with Saliba. And then, of course, we have Merino, who also is doubtful whether he's going to be playing because he has got a knee injury. And that is the reason as to why basically you didn't see him on that game against West Ham. He's doubtful. Whether he's going to play or not is still doubtful. And then, of course, we have another addition is Thomas Partey, who has got a muscle injury. They are also saying that it's doubtful whether he's going to be playing on this game against Man United. And should we miss Partey, this is going to be a very big disappointment. But it doesn't mean that we do not have other players that are going to play. We also have Jorginho that can also play on that number. Anyway, having I've looked at this, then I just want to try and give you the predicted first 11 that Mikel Arteta should use against Manchester United. Now, on the goalkeeper, I'm going to go with David Raya. And then the center backs, I'm going to go with Saliba and Calafiori. That is if Gabriel Magalhaes is not going to play. But if Magalhaes is ready to play, let him play. This is a fixture that we do not want to gamble with. And then on the left back, then, if Gabriel Magalhaes is present, then we play Calafiori on that side. If Calafiori is not present, then we play... if Gabriel Magalhaes is not present, then it means Calafiori is going to play on the center back. Then we'll play Kiwior or Zinchenko on that number. And then on the right back, we play with Timber as usual. Timber has been very brilliant, and you just have to choose him. And since Partey is doubtful whether he's going to play, then it only means that on the CDM, we can actually play Jorginho. Jorginho, who was very brilliant on that game against West Ham. And then at number 8, of course, it has to be Declan Rice. At number 10, our captain, fantastic, the one and only Martin Odegaard. And then on the wing, on this one, I feel like we should start with, that is the left wing, we should start with Martinelli because of the way he can bring in that pressure. And the fact that he will support the left back. Because now if you're playing with Zinchenko, or if you're playing with Zinchenko on that number, it only means that we need more assistance on the left back. So that is why I'm choosing Martinelli over Trossard to begin on this game. And then Trossard will finish on it. And then on the right wing, it has to be the star boy, Bukayo Saka, to play on this one. And then the center forward, it has to be Kai Havertz. And the reason as to why I'm choosing Kai Havertz over Jesus is the fact that when Odegaard is present, Kai Havertz can really shine. He has that confidence all of a sudden. Now, having I've looked at that, then it leads me to the next question. What is the expectations of the number of goals, or who is going to win this match? So my predicted score on this game is going to be Arsenal win, and it's going to be a win of 3 goals and above in favor of Arsenal. We are going to easily beat Manchester United on this one. This one, I have all the confidence in this world that we are going to beat Manchester United on this fixture. Anyway, having I've checked on that one, then it leads me to the next question, and that is the expectations of Arsenal fans and supporters worldwide. As it is right now, we as Arsenal fans and supporters, we are expecting to make sure that we are winning this game. And one of the reasons as to why we must win the game is because we are sitting at number 2 and Chelsea is at number 3. Remember, we have the same goal difference. The same. The only thing that is putting us on top of them, it is the alphabetic order of the way Arsenal is starting with A and Chelsea C. So, it's a must-win game, and win with more goals. Score more goals, maybe even than what Chelsea is going to score, so that we can command that fact that we are being at number 2 there. And of course, the next expectation is that having won the game, then we hope and pray that as Manchester City is going to play with Nottingham Forest, we get maybe even a draw from that fixture, because Manchester City have been awful a bit of this season. Or rather, should they even win, as long as we have won our game, it's good for us. And we also pray that as Liverpool is going to be playing with Newcastle, that Newcastle, maybe Newcastle is going to try and maybe hold Liverpool into a draw. Maybe. It's not easy. Liverpool are very good right now. They are in form right now, and it's not easy to get them out of the form. And the next expectation, basically this has to be the expectation, the biggest expectation that us as Arsenal fans we have. I mean, we've had so many of our players that are going into injuries match after match, week after week. This has been very disappointing to us as Arsenal. Like last week, we almost were full house. And then we hear Partey is not playing, Merino is not going to be there because of these injuries. So we hope that our players are not going to get into injuries anymore. That is a huge expectation from Arsenal supporters. Another expectation, we need to be on continue with the winning ways that we've brought in since the last 3 matches that we have played, and continue with this, because after this match against Manchester United, we have quote unquote call it an easier fixture for us for a couple of matches, because we are going to be facing Fulham, Monaco, Everton, Crystal Palace again, Ipswich, Brentford, and then that is the whole of December. So this is one of the games that we must win, because after this game then we are good to go, because the next matches that are coming are a bit easy. And the Premier League is hard. As much as I'm saying easy, I'm putting the quotation marks, because it can be this season, or any club, whether small or whichever, can actually humiliate and humble you. And the last expectation is that this match is going to be fair. And when I'm talking about fair, there's going to be fairness from the officiating that is going to be taking place from the referees. We hope that they're going to be fair on us on this game. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that has been my match preview, Arsenal versus Manchester United. Remember to comment, like, share, so that we can keep the conversation going. Thank you so much for watching. Salute you. Adios, amigos.